What are we going to do with these two number 56s? Two number what? If I see him out there, I'll just say that's a ball catcher.
Well, what about the circle board?
Neither one. Yeah!
Well, we can see if he's 5'6" or 5'9". It should be pretty easy.
It's just like I'll be doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's contest between Council Rock and Norristown Eagles. The Council Rock coaching staff is headed by Mike Workman, defensive coordinator Bud Workman, defensive line Bruce Stansbury, receivers Lou Groves, strength offensive backs and defensive ends John Franco, receivers and defensive backs Guy Randolph, defensive coordinator Bruce Sigley, defensive tackles Bob Aceto, defensive backs Jack Techman, special teams Tony Chino, kickers
Hi, I'm Eric Harrison here with you today with Brian Weber to bring you the Football game between Norristown and Council Rock. Norristown is just about to come out of the locker room. How does the weather look tonight, Brian?
Well, it's a perfect night for football here in Norristown, Roosevelt Field, and it should be a great game.
Here comes Norristown out onto the field.
The officials for tonight's contest include referee John Marble, umpire Jim DiCarlo, line coach Jim Rose, back judge Frank Dunn, line judge Bill Simpson.
Norristown this year is undefeated, 3-0, looking for their 4th victory. They've outscored their opponents 112-21 this year.
For Council Rock, including number 21, Mike Thomas, number 31, Ken Meduzia, number 44, Phil Butler, and number 49, Matt Stoll.
How you doing? Good, how you making it? Where's Dave, lad?
It's a nice, cool night tonight.
No wind at all.
Number 42, Randy and John Putnam.
Okay, George Haig will be kicking off for Council Rock.
Deep for the Eagles, Priest Ramsey and John Ruttman.
Ruttman returned a kickoff for a touchdown last week against North Penn. There it goes. Oh, it's fumbled by Thomas, picked up by Priest Ramsey. He breaks through a couple tackles, and he gets out to the 30. 20-yard run back. Number 29, Ryan Wheat made the tackle.
Nice run out to the 30. Ramsey slipped one tackle, and now it's time for the offense.
Priest Ramsey, wide right, I formation. Hands it off to de Blasio. He's got a lot of room, and he's brought out of bounds at the 45, almost. Nice run by de Blasio.
Took a few men to hit him out of bounds there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
Eagles are at the 44-yard line. Sessa takes the snap, gives to Ruttman around the left. He breaks tackles up the middle. He's got a 1st down, and he's still going on his feet down the sideline. He might go all the way. There he goes. Touchdown. Holy
Beautiful.
cow.
A beautiful run.
55-yard run. 55-yard run for Ruttman to start this game. He's explosive.
You knew when he got around to turn the corner, he was gone.
He certainly was. He has a lot of speed. I didn't think he would make it around the corner, though.
And his low center of gravity, he wasn't going to be brought down.
He had some excellent blocking there by the offensive line.
Oh, yes.
And good blocking in the secondary as well. Okay. Rodney Miller is going to go for the PAT. Hold by Dave Sessa. Kick is up, and it's good. 7-0 already. 1:12 left in the first quarter, and Norristown has jumped out to a 7-0 lead.
And you hear all these points by Ruttman and his beautiful runs. but it's a team effort, and the offensive line has got to be given a credit on nice blocking there.
Certainly was. Wow, what a start to a game. Ruttman only had 44 yards rushing last game, and that's pretty low for him. Rodney Miller to kick the ball off. Back to receive is Tim Medusa, and
that may be Kyle Jones.
Anyway, ball goes to number 34. He bobbles it, picks it up. Now he takes it around a few people. Brought down by number 50.
That was Tom Coleman.
Tom Coleman made the run back, and Martrice Sudith brought him down at the 28 rather.
The Eagle defense will now be tested by quarterback Adam Voiles.
Voiles is a strong player. He can run, he can pass, he can receive, as a matter of fact. Penalty already. Probably offsides.
Medusa went in motion, but I doubt that was the cause of the penalty.
It's against Norristown, 5 yards. Encroachment by the defense. 1st and 5. Looks like 2 men jumped.
10:37 remaining in the first quarter.
7-0 Norristown, 1st and 5. Anyway, Voiles drops back. He looks to run around the right end. Makes it past one tackler, but he's pushed out of bounds. He may have gotten a first down on a last desperation dive there. Indeed, he did get the extra yardage that looks like he had a first down.
He slipped by Marcus Smith on the outside on that play.
Jerome Hall ended up bringing him down. And first down. 1st and 10.
From the 40.
He had pretty good blocking, but I think on that run he did it mostly by himself. Voiles drops back to pass. Over to the side. Oh, he hits number 31 across the middle. He goes all the way down to the 45.
That was Medusa.
Tim Medusa's had a nice game to start.
And nice protection there.
Yeah, he had
I'd say Voiles had a good amount of time to throw that one.
And he made the most of it. Kem Johnson brought him down. The 45 of Norristown. First down for Council Rock.
Behind most good quarterbacks, there's a good offensive line.
All right, they got 2 receivers split. Voiles back to pass again. He throws over the middle, hits his man at about the 35. He runs it down to the 25. Good passing play.
That was Joe Shino on the reception. Chino, excuse me.
Chuck Biego made the stop.
Again, plenty of time for Council Rock quarterback Voiles.
And his man was wide open.
When you get that much time, he's going to be open.
1st and 10 again. 24-yard line. Voiles drops back. Oh, he's pressured, but he gets the ball off. And it's caught.
By Medusa again.
Medusa, I believe. Oh, it was Joe Shino, rather.
Oh, was that?
Joe Shino. Kem Johnson brought him down. Picked up about 14. Another first down. I don't think the Eagles were ready for this onslaught of passing by Voiles. He's 3 for 3 already.
Well, the offensive line is dominated. thus far on the drive.
He did get pressured that time, though.
It's still going to be a test for Council Rock to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, this Norristown defense has only given up 21 points in 3 games this year. Anyway, Voiles hand it off up the middle. Pickup of about 4. Eagles are tough against the run.
They got it down to about the 5 there. Of course, the Eagles have been scoring a lot, and that might attest to the defense having less time on the field and the opposition scoring less points as well.
Yes, the Eagles have the ball for quite a bit of time. Not tonight, however. They made quick use of their touchdown. Voiles drops back, gives it up the middle, touchdown. Number 31, Tim Medusa, scoring. And just like that, it's 7-6, Brian.
Well, I gotta tell you, that offensive line is so mean something. I don't like to dwell on points too often, but it was shown there how they can dominate.
They are doing rather well. Anyway, going for the point after touchdown is Charles Traber. He's a sophomore.
They go for the 2.
They go for the 2.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
Indeed.
That was an odd setup.
Yes, they only had I think it was rather obvious that they were going to go for the 2. Looked like encroachment by Council, offsides by Council Rock. Well, that's good.
I'll say.
Pretty good crowd tonight for a Thursday night. Norristown has a lot of fans showing up. Council Rock's stands are a little sparse.
It seems many of the Council Rock fans elected to stay at home.
Okay, the point after touchdown attempted by Traber. It's from an extra 5 yards out, but he hits it. Tied up at 7.
With 7:30 to go in the first quarter.
I don't think the Eagles expected the Council Rock to come out this strongly.
Well, it seems that their defense probably wasn't ready. I don't know if it's because it's a Thursday night and they're just not up to it, or maybe it's just the Council Rock offense behind Rick Voiles.
It may be just the early score by Norristown that put them they were a little lax defensively after that. A lot of these guys, they play offensive and defense as well. So they still probably had the high of the touchdown when they were playing defense, and therefore they weren't concentrating good enough.
Indeed.
Well, this may have snapped them to attention. It'll be George Haig kicking off. Ramsey and Ruttman again, deep for Norristown. Think they'll kick it to Ramsey?
I don't know who they'll choose this time.
I would keep it out at Ruttman's hands. And they do kick it low. It goes to number 44, Mike Evans. He only picks up about 3 or 4. May have fumbled the ball.
It's out to about the 35.
And he did not fumble.
It's going to be Eagle ball.
32-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. I like that kickoff. They try to kick it low, just not give up a big run back.
Indeed.
Even though Norristown has the ball at the 30, that looks like the 36, Brian. 36. It's better than giving it to one of their deep men who could return it for a touchdown.
Indeed.
Okay, Sessa quarterbacking. He gives it off up the middle to Marcus Smith. Picks up about 1 or 2. He grinded him out.
Sessa faked the play action there. Council Rock didn't buy it and stayed tight.
Norristown has picked up 649 yards on the year rushing. That is second best in the area, only to Wissahickon.
And that's ball control for you.
That is. They've averaged 325 yards a game. Okay, Sessa once again takes the snap. Oh, handed off to Ruttman, who fumbled it, but he seems to have picked it right back up again. He's lucky he fell on that ball when he did.
It's going to be third down for the Eagles.
Third down about 6, I imagine. 3rd and 7. Eagles may be facing their toughest match tonight.
Roger Grove, the coach of the Eagles, may be in for more than he imagined.
Before the game, Grove did say, Council Rock is an offense that'll score on you rather quickly, and I think they proved it tonight. Okay, Sessa drops back, fires to Priest Ramsey over the middle for a first down. He crosses midfield, gets down to the opposition 42. Good accuracy. Good accuracy to Priest Ramsey. He came through when they needed him.
That was a nice tackle, too, because if he doesn't get Ramsey, there's an extra block from de Blasio coming, and
nobody will. 1st and 10. 5:51 to go in the first quarter. Sessa hands it off to Ruttman, goes around the left end. He's got a lot of room. Oh, he eludes another tackle, but he only picks up a few yards for it. But all in all, on the run, he picked up about 11, 12, and a first down.
Looked like Shino tripped him up there.
Ruttman, he eluded a tackle there that surprised me. It looks like he was going to go down, but he just cut left quickly.
He turned on a dime.
That's for sure. Eagles have a 1st and 10 at the 30 of the opposition and give us to Ruttman again. He goes around the left side this time, and he picks up only about 3. Got pulled down from the back.
Nice block by Ernest Henry there.
And it looked like Paul Gunther was in on the stop.
It'll be 2nd and 7 with 4:47 to go in the first quarter. It's a tie game, 7-7.
Ruttman is 5'6", 160. He's a senior this year.
They have de Blasio wide right on the play.
Sessa gifts to Ruttman up the middle. And once again, he picks up about 6 or 7, close to the first down.
Stopped around the 20.
Hey guys, say something about those people on the roof. Say something.
There's some fans watching from the privacy of their own home.
Some people do anything to watch a game.
They've seen a good one so far.
It's just great to see football fans that'll do something like that to catch a local game.
Hey guys.
Okay, they bring out the chains to measure the first down. I don't think he got it, Brian.
Well, it doesn't look like that from the marking either.
6 inches, maybe. Thanks, Gene.
It's going to be 3rd and an inch. If you had to put your money on it, you'd think they'd go to Ruttman here.
But Marcus Smith, Ruttman could be a good decoy on this play if you think about it.
Oh, yes.
And Marcus Smith does pick up those short yards through the middle. Perhaps the quarterback sneak might be in effect here as well. Okay, Sessa gets it over by the quarterback sneak.
He got it.
He definitely got the first down, and he's pushed back, but forward motion got him the first down, obviously. Got about a yard, 2 maybe.
Tom Morello just coming in for the Eagles.
Cheerleaders cheering on these Eagles. Okay, Sessa takes it, gives it to Ruttman, who eludes a tackle in the backfield, and he breaks more. Gets out to the 14. He must have broken about 3-4 tackles that time.
The sign of a good running back maybe not be how many yards they get, but by how many tackles they break, and Ruttman sure shook a few there.
That's true, because some running backs have the pleasure of having a good offensive line, which, don't get me wrong, I think the Eagles have a good offensive line.
And that is part of the game as well. If you have a good offensive line, more good to you.
Yep, the work in the trenches is more important than most people give it credit for.
And
Okay,
how.
Sessa takes the snap. He looks to pass, and he's being pursued by number 32. Anyway, he passes it off, but he was just throwing it away.
John Longacre was in there creating havoc on Sessa.
And Brad Ortman also was pressuring the play. I think we've seen a good game so far.
I'll say. I guess this weather kind of helps out the game. It's a beautiful night for football.
The passing game is a lot more effective than I had anticipated. Okay, Sessa takes the ball. He looks to pass. Anyway, he tries to screen, but his receiver, Rutman, got tripped up in the backfield, and Sessa also got hit.
Brad Ortman was in there again.
That'll make it 4th down and 6. Could try the field goal here from, ball's at the 14, would make about a 34-yard field goal.
Rodney Miller has come in.
Okay.
Sessa will hold.
Field goal attempt by Rodney Miller. The snap, the kick is up. Oh, it might not have enough on it. Just barely clears the crossbar. Rodney Miller pushes home about a 31-yarder. That was a nice kick.
That was a nice kick. A nice snap as well.
I didn't think he would have enough on it when I saw it go. Anyway, the score is 10-7.
It appeared to be hooking left as well.
2:35 left in the first quarter. Eagles will kick off from the 40.
Up by 3.
And that's Meduzia back to receive it with Meduzia and Tom Coleman back to receive. Rodney Miller to kick. 10-7. There's the kick. And it goes to Meduzia, who takes it at the 15, pushes it all the way through the middle. He had a nice hole, and he got through a lot of tackles. Just one man to beat. That's Jeff Thomas at the 40. At the 35, he drags him out of bounds near the 30. Jeff Thomas was the desperation man, and he got his prey.
Council Rock just set up a wall in front of Medusa, and they each took their men and blocked well, and Medusa carried it through.
They set up a nice wedge, and Medusa knew just where to run.
Instinct is also a part of the game, and I'd say Medusa picked the right hole there.
First down at the Eagle, 33-yard line. Council Rock's busting out with a little more savageness than I'd anticipated.
Indeed.
Council Rock's Voiles gives it off to Meduzia, perhaps. And he gets it out to about the 30. 29. Meduzia was the ball carrier, pick up a 4. They're at the 29. Ed Stranix trots off the field for the Council Rock Indians.
Timeout, Council Rock, it appears.
While we have a moment here, let's go over the Norristown's coaches today. Roger Grove, of course, is the head coach, assisted by Rich Everts, Joe Fabrizio, Brian Kennedy, Tom Pierantozzi, and Jim Pyle. Athletic trainer Dennis Flynn. Student athletic trainers Melissa Constantino, Jen Seda, Stephanie Snazovich, Leslie Zadroga, and Craig Stevens. Student equipment manager is Rodney Smith.
Coordinator Bud Ortman. Offensive line, Bruce Stansbury. Receivers, Lou Groves. Strength offensive backs and defensive ends, John Franco. Receivers and defensive backs, Guy Randolph. Defensive coordinator, Bruce English. Defensive tackles, Bob Assetto. Defensive backs, Jack Techman. Special teams, Tony Shino. Kickers, Skip Patetti. Trainer, Lynn Peterson. Superintendent
For Norristown is James N. Holton. Okay, play about to resume for Adam Voiles at his opponent's 29. That's number 22 in motion, and Voiles slides out to the left. Looks like he planned to do that anyway. Oh, he stayed in bounds for a little longer then.
tightrope the sidelines, and boy, that looked scary real quick.
Yeah, he looked like he had a couple of pursuers that time, namely Craig Jones, but he eluded Craig Jones.
Just barely.
The ball is just inside the 20.
Chad Koenig trotting off the field.
It's 1st and 10 with the 1:34 left in the first quarter. Score 10-7, Eagles. This is a tough game.
Adam Voiles seems to be calling a lot at the line.
Okay, there goes number 31 in motion. Voiles pitches back to number 21. Mike Thomas, who gets around the right end for a few. Pushed out of bounds by number 32, Marcus Smith.
Mike Thomas, who skirts the right side.
He may have gotten a first down there.
He's to the 9-yard line.
First and goal.
First and goal, as a matter of fact.
Adam Voiles leading his offense down the field.
He's done a nice job so far.
The defense of the Eagles has yet to stop this team here.
Okay, Voiles barking the signals. There's the snap. Hands it off up the middle to Meduzia. Penalty. He almost got into the end zone there, but a penalty called it about the 2-yard line.
That might be offensive holding.
No, it's against the Eagles. Personal foul. It's a dead ball personal foul, so it's a 2nd down. Second and goal. Council Rock trots up to the line.
From the 2.
Handoff, Medusa gets in for a touchdown. And Council Rock has taken the lead, and frankly, I'm appalled.
It's 13-10, and the defense just can't seem to get the hang of Adam Voiles and his offensive squad.
Voiles has been mixing up the plays rather well, and 13-10. Okay, strange formation being used here by Council Rock. There's the snap. Traber puts it through the uprights. It looked a little wide to the right, but it made it through the uprights.
And Council Rock is up by 4.
With 31 seconds left in this quarter.
It's no time to panic, but the defensive coordinator for the Norristown Eagles has got to be thinking to himself, what has he got to do to stop these guys?
And the offensive coordinator on Council Rock is probably pretty pleased with his squad.
And how?
Council Rock will be kicking off from the 40. It's Priest Ramsey back with John Ryan.
It'll be interesting to see if they go for the low kick this time or try and boot one deep.
George Haig to kick. They might go booting one deep since they have a lead, but it's not that big of a lead. There's the kick. It is deep and rather high. Rutman will handle it at the 10. He's tough to take down. Gets a few blocks, but they get him down at the 25. He didn't really have the wedge that Council Rock has been putting up for their run backs.
No, he didn't, and it appears they're trying to keep the ball away from Ramsey.
Maybe.
His explosive speed that he has.
But a choice between a rock and a hard place with Ramsey and Rutman.
Certainly not the choice I'd like to make Sunday morning. Or this Thursday night.
Yeah. Okay, Sessa. Oh, a little play to de Blasio. He gets swarmed upon and he loses the football at the 26. He wasn't ready for that group of white shirts.
And Council Rock seemed to read the whole play. The quarter comes to an end.
And Norristown Gates still has possession of the ball.
Council Rock Indians 14, Norristown Eagles 10.
Second and 9 Norristown to start off the second quarter. Sessa hands it to Smith up the middle. Pickup of about 7. If they can get that running game going, they might have a shot at taking the lead again.
Should be third and about 4.
Gunther made the stop for Council Rock.
Indeed, it is third and 4.
Council Rock's defense against the run has been impressive. Although they did let Rutman slide for about 60.
I'll say.
All right, Sessa takes the snap. Give us to Smith again. Oh, he only picked up about 1, and that was basically his body length.
It appears that the defense of Council Rock is just slipping through the offensive line of the Eagles, and they're just gang tackling every play.
It will be fourth down and 2. Punting squad comes out on the field.
I'm surprised Sessa hasn't gone to the air that
No,
often
he certainly
early
hasn't.
on.
It seemed to work earlier, but he's not doing it as much. Anyway, Priest Ramsey's back to punt the ball. There he goes. It goes to number 47, Chris Kitsey. And he's taking it down the left side. Oh, Priest Ramsey, the punter, had to take him down that time. He picked up about, 20, 25 yards.
And I don't know if the Norristown team doesn't have their attention here or what, but it seems that Council Rock is just taking every opportunity and making the best of it.
To put things in perspective, Norristown's 3-0 this year. And this is Norristown's second interleague game. They're 1-0 in the league. And Council Rock is yet to play an interleague game, so this will be crucial for them. All right. Goyles takes the snap. He goes to the air again. Number 20, though, drops the ball. Joe Shino.
That ball had to be thrown quickly because the defense was around that area.
That's what you need. Norristown might be putting it together.
The ball is spotted around the
43. Yeah, they're at the Norristown 43. 2nd and 10. Just about 10 minutes left to go in the half.
An official's timeout.
Indeed.
Council Rock is just starting every drive with excellent field position.
By the way, Council Rock lost to Malvern Prep 14-13 last week. Perhaps they're trying to take some of some of their revenge out on Norristown. Okay, Voiles calling the signals. Meduzia in motion. Give is up the middle to... Anyway, he picked up 3 yards.
And nobody was fooled there.
I believe that was Mike Thomas.
They were on him quickly.
And Chuck Biego made the stop.
It's going to be 3rd and 7.
Eagles defense might be tightening up a notch. It's 14-10, Council Rock. 9:39 left to go.
In the half.
Thank you. Alrighty. They've got 2 receivers wide.
Joshino wide right.
Probably will pass. Yes, Voiles drops back to pass. He's got a man going deep, but he gets hit hard after the pass. Intercepted. Priest Ramsey. The key to that was excellent pressure applied by number 43, Jerome Hall. Made him get the pass off as quickly as he could, and Voiles tossed up the INT.
And when that pass went up, Joshino was just picking himself up off the ground, and the pass was going to their other receiver, but it had no steam on it, and Ramsey was in front.
Ramsey made a heck of an over-the-shoulder interception. He's quite an athlete. It'll be 1st and 10.
They're moving it back.
Yeah, it seems they had a little confusion in spotting the ball. Looks like it's cleared up now, and the ball is at the 23.
I believe they spotted that ball. What's this?
I think it wasn't.
Council Rock has the football.
Council Rock has the football. There must have been some kind of penalty on the play. Anyway, it's 1st and 10, obviously. It's obviously that interception was not good, of course. Okay, well, Voiles dropped back to pass, and he missed his man, Meduzia.
I don't understand that call that denied the interception, but it must have been a big one.
I'm afraid we have missed something. But, ball is at Norristown's 24. 23, rather. 2nd and 10. Norristown can still hold them here. Their defense has tightened up. Oh, Voiles tries to run and he gets tripped up and knocked down with almost no gain. Mike Evans in on the stop.
Oh, he was popped by Evans there.
Steve de Blasio also was in on the tackle.
Evans moved right on in and stuck his helmet right on the football.
Okay, that'll be 3rd and about 8 from Norristown's 22. Royals calls the signals again. Here's the snap. Fakes a handoff, but there's a flag. That'll stop the play.
8:10 remaining in the half. Still 14-10
It's against Council Rock. It's offside.
It's going to be 3rd and 13.
5-yard penalty. Rose will be looking to pass. Let's see who his receivers are. He's got number 20 out there, Joshino, the sure-handed senior. Voiles drops back. He's looking to his left and throws to his left, firing the ball for a 1st down. And he cuts all the way across the field, picking up an extra yard or 2.
Tackled by Ramsey.
At the 10-yard line, that ball was caught by Chad Koenig.
Ramsey just chased him down, but a defensive breakdown.
That may just take the wind out of Norristown's defensive sails.
And I don't know if they want to get down 21-10 this early. It's time for a defensive stand.
On the other hand, I'd rather be down 21-10 with 7:23 in the half than 21-10 with 7:23 in the game.
I have to agree with you there.
Okay, number 47 in motion, Chris Kitsy. They run up the middle.
That was Medusa again on the carry.
Didn't pick up too much.
It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5.
He did get 5 yards. 2nd and goal. Council Rock is very impressive today. Adam Voiles has driven his team down and up the field. He's quite a commander. Alright, he hands it off again up the middle.
Stuffed up inside.
Probably Medusa. I think so, yes. Picked up about 2 or 3.
I don't know how much stamina this Medusa guy has, but he's gonna need it.
He must
if
be
he
running
keeps
out.
running like this the whole game.
Brings up 3rd and goal at the 2.
6 minutes to go in the half.
Goal line stand. Voiles dropping back, looking to pass. He rolls to his right. He's being pressured. Throws it to deep in the end zone to number 80. Joe
Incomplete.
Pinziak, and it's incomplete. Good pressure applied that time by de Blasio, I believe. Anyway, the pass was a bit overthrown. Would have had to been a great catch.
And he had to hurry, and it was a good thing that defensive man got there that quick, because if Voiles had 2 more seconds, that might have been 6 points.
Okay, timeout for Council Rock. $5:50 left to go in the half. There's the fine Norristown cheerleading squad. They don't seem to be doing much, do they, Brian?
No, but
Oh, here goes a cheer.
there doesn't seem to be too much to cheer about yet.
That's a good point. Band is starting up a tune. What more can I say?
Field goal attempt.
Yes, 4th and 2, field goal attempt. It's down and it's up and it's good. Right through the uprights. A good kick by number 1, Charles Straber.
And that was a big stand by the defense of the Eagles there. If they gave up 7, they're down by 11. But here they're only down by 7 points, and it's very easy to get back. I'm not going to say they're just going to drive down the field, but better 7 than any more than that.
That's about a 22, 23-yarder. And he split the uprights. Okay, Ramsey and Rutman back to receive the kickoff. George Hag to kick off. Let's see how they kick it this time. Hag gives it a boot.
That's going to go
It's out of bounds.
The Eagles want to make sure they don't get too tense and cough up the football. You don't want turnovers now.
They have been, they've had pretty slippery hands tonight. They've lost the ball. Luckily, they've picked it back up again about 3 times. Anyway, they'll re-kick it from the 35. 5:46 to go in the half. 17-10 Council Rock. It's been a well-played game by Council Rock. Norristown's lone touchdown had come on a 55-yard run by Rutman.
This penalty may be a bigger break for the Eagles than many people think.
Haig the kick. And he gets it off pretty deep to Ramsey. Watch out, he fakes the pitch to Rutman. Had me fooled. Takes it down the sideline. And he was taken down by number 27, Scott Peoples. He got it out to about the 40. It was a well-designed play for just a kickoff return.
And on that kind of a fake, that some people have to go over to get Rutman just in case he does hand off that ball.
All the balls at the 36, 37, 1st and 10. Okay, Sessa takes the snap, looks to pass, and that's a good sign. Sessa fires over the middle, intercepted, intended for Ramsey, but it was picked off at the 50, taken back to the 40.
A good sign, but maybe not a good pass.
And it was picked off by number 10, Steve Fiddler. He's 6'1", 160 senior.
Fiddler was out there playing center field and just came in to pick that one off.
I wonder if he plays on the baseball team. Okay, Voiles once again has the ball in his hands, and Council Rock has been controlling the time clock. I'll say that. Voiles drops back to pass. Oh, and he's got, picked off by Kem Johnson at the 20. He's got lots of open field. He takes it out, got good blocking. Running down the sidelines, gets it to the opposition 40. Holy cow. A 40-yard run back, good interception by Kem Johnson.
I'll tell you one thing, Johnson read that play from the start. He was going for that ball before it went up in the air.
You know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
And that turnover may be just the thing the Eagles needed. They're up, the cheerleaders are going, the band is playing.
It's havoc at Roosevelt Field.
And we're glad you could join us, my friends.
Sesso will take the snap. They may have some momentum here. He passes out a little screen to Priest Ramsey, breaks a tackle and gets down to the 33.
He got about 7 on that one, I'd say.
Bill Shino made the tackle. Joe Shino, rather. Shino's had a good game offensively and defensively.
It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Eagles. That's a good sign, too. They came out passing again. Nice screen pass to get your confidence back.
Yeah, you gotta start with those short passes when you get intercepted. Sessa. Oh, Rutman got tripped by his own man. Tripped over number 55, Ernest Henry. Certainly wasn't Henry's fault.
It appeared at first he tripped over the grass, but...
Henry, I believe, had a foot in the backfield.
I believe so as well.
That's a tough break, because that's basically a loss of down and a loss of a couple of yards. 3rd and 8 all of a sudden, and that may stop the Eagles in itself. Sessa to try again. Looks to pass. Gets it over the middle to Mike Evans, who picks up the 1st down, and he's down at the 20. Coughs up the ball. The question is, was it dead or not?
I believe it was not. No, yes, it was.
It was a dead ball when he coughed it up. Evans, an important gain there.
The ground cannot cause a fumble, and it appeared that's what happened there.
The Eagles are rather successful tonight on that 3rd down conversion, at least when they pass.
A nice quick short drop by Sessa, and he just flicked it over the middle, and a nice reception.
Was a good timing pattern.
Right up the middle. That might have been the play they tried earlier that was intercepted.
Okay, Sessa Gives to Ruttman. Going back to the basics. Ruttman eludes a tackle. He goes around the left end. He's got the sidelines. He's got a touchdown. Oh my. On the verge of tying it up now. Ruttman, he just dekes the tacklers and takes it in.
He walks right past Brad Ortman on the outside, and again, when Ruttman turns the corner, you know he's going in.
Yeah, he had a couple of men to beat once he turned the corner, but he simply outsped them.
And that's why he leads the league in points scored.
He does that. That is his 10th touchdown, if you can believe it. In only this is 4th game.
I wouldn't believe if I didn't see it, Eric.
You do have to believe this guy to see him. Rather, see him to believe him. Excuse me.
And how?
That makes the score 17-16 Council Rock with 3:01 left in the half.
A big extra point. Will they go for the 2 in the lead, or will they go for 1?
You know, I think Grove's going to play conservatively. He's got the whole second half to try and run up this score.
And I don't think Grove's going to be influenced by the crowd at all either. Some coaches might be influenced by the home crowd and go for that too.
It looks like they're going for the extra 1 point. We'll see. Snap is high. He gets the kickoff very good though. Wow. That one would have been a field goal from 40.
That was a nice placement by Sessa. He took the high snap and put it right down.
That's why you put your quarterback in to handle those. He's got good hands. 17 apiece with 3 minutes left in this half. And Ruttman has 2 touchdowns on the night. The Eagles have 2 touchdowns on the night.
Council Rock thought they had the game, and what do you know? It's tied up. That's got to shake them a little.
Yeah, they did have the ball with a 14-10 lead deep in the Eagles' territory, but they only got a field goal out of that. That is very crucial now. Rodney Miller to kick off. He's a sophomore, 5'9", 165. Both the kickers tonight are sophomores, except for George Haig. He does the kickoffs for Council Rock. It's Coleman deep with Meduzia. Meduzia gets it up the middle. What blocking? Oh my gosh. Taken down at the 48 by Jeff Thomas. Jeff Thomas.
This Medusa guy is good.
He certainly knows how to read his blocking.
A terrific kick returner.
They just set up a beautiful wedge for him to run right through.
They have really good blocking skills on Council Rock.
You gotta credit that to the special teams coach Tony Shino.
You can
Go ahead, Brian.
You can build a team around that.
Okay, anyway, the pass is out to number 21, Mike Thomas, who gets it all the way to the 40 and a first down, 38 perhaps. And they have a different quarterback in, may I add. It's not Voiles, it's John Shields, 6'1", 175 senior. At least on that play.
2:25 to go in the half.
May I interlude? Voiles is in the game. I believe he was playing. I believe he was playing wide receiver, if I'm not mistaken. He does do that. Yeah, Voiles is at wide out to the right. What an athlete. Here. Yeah. Dropping back. Oh, dropped the pass. That was intended for Ryan Wheat. He had to come back a little to catch that one. John Shields threw it just a bit short. But anyway, to go on about Voiles. In last year's game against Norristown, Voiles rushed for 65 yards and received for 35, so this guy can do it all. In fact, before the game, Roger Grove said, Adam Voiles is the strength of that offense, throwing, running, and catching the ball.
But he's thrown up a couple of balls in pressure that he might not have wanted to throw.
Maybe that's why they took him out of the quarterback position.
That could be the reason.
Okay, timeout, Council Rock. That's your last one. 2:03 left to go in the second quarter, and it's 2nd and 10.
Most good experienced quarterbacks will hold the ball when they get in pressure instead of just throwing it up, and it seemed that Voiles right there threw up a couple.
That's true. Voiles has not been taking the sacks when he could have. But it really hasn't hurt him. He has thrown up two balls that were intercepted. One was called back. But both of those times he wasn't under a whole lot of pressure. One of those times, I believe, that was the one that was called back. But mostly he's just been throwing up incomplete passes.
Eagle cheerleaders back to cheerleading again.
And there's that Eagle mascot. Oh, he tries to bite off a cheerleader's head.
Oh boy. That's what the Eagles would like to do the Indians. Please don't take that literally after the last week hype and propaganda.
If you know what we're referring to. Okay. John Shields quarterbacking still. He drops back to pass. He throws deep. Oh, and it's caught by number 34, Tom Coleman.
Good arm.
Took it in for the touchdown. Wow.
Nice arm there.
That was about a 38-yard TD pass. You know what he did? He threw it behind his receiver, perhaps on purpose, because the defensive back didn't see that the ball was thrown so short, and he got beat.
Had his head turned, and the receiver just stopped up, came back and got the ball and ran it in.
But the fact of the matter now is that it's 23-17 with 1:55 to go in the second quarter. Extra point attempt will be attempted by Charles Traber. There's a snap. Traber gets it up, and he slices the uprights. 24-17.
The Eagle defense is really getting burned.
What's going on with this, man?
They have at times shown flashes of being the old Eagle defense that they have shown against other teams. But I think it's basically due to the fact that Council Rock is mixing their offensive plays very good.
And
very well, rather.
It's not all that the Eagle defense is that bad, because they did pick off the ball that eventually led to the drive that tied the ball game up at 17.
That's true, and maybe they can do it again sometime. But now the ball will be kicked off to the Eagles men, Ruttman and Ramsey. George Haig to kick.
The kick by Haig. Low and stubbly over to Ramsey.
Oh, and he gets hit hard in the backfield.
At the 15, he just got drilled. That ball bounced over Thomas's hand, seemed to fool Ramsey, but eventually he picked up the ball and was hit hard at the 15.
Very good tackle. He fumbled that ball quite a few times. It was a tough kick to handle, though. As my partner said, it was stubbly, which is a good verb.
Well, Haig has certainly mixed it up with his kicks today, and that's the sign of a good kicker, I'd say.
Unless he's just messing it up. But
yeah. But it seems here that Haig's doing this on purpose.
And it's gotten the Eagles poor field position. All right, Sessa hands to Ruttman. He slices up the middle, cuts all the way to the 25. He might have a first down. Oh, he can put on the burners.
That tackle was made by Brad Ortman. Just dragged Ruttman down.
And remember way back when Ruttman burned Ortman to get that touchdown? Not this time.
Of course, Ruttman got out to the outside that time. This time it appeared he didn't.
Sessa again, looking to pass.
Oh.
Overthrows Priest Ramsey. It was about 10 yards overthrown.
I don't know.
But Ramsey was covered well.
I don't know if he misinterpreted Ramsey's speed or if he just didn't like the defensive structure out there.
I think it probably was something of a timing pattern, and the timing was thrown off. Or, Ramsey was covered pretty well.
Maybe Ramsey was supposed to run a slant instead of straight.
Even then, Sessa would have had overthrown the ball. Okay. Looks
Wow.
like Ruttman digs for a couple of yards.
I can hear helmets popping now.
Helmets popping like fireworks tonight. There's 43 seconds left in the half. It'll be 3rd and 8, 24-17. The Eagles are down to these Indians from Council Rock. Oh, they're surprising.
Brad Ortman back in the game.
Sessa taking the snap, giving to Ruttman. Ruttman gets around the outside, pardon. Almost a first down, but it looks pretty academic now with 18 to go in the half.
That was a nice run, but the Eagles seem to show non-confidence in their passing game thus far.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sessa hasn't attempted that many passes. Then again, he hasn't completed a very good percentage of them.
You have a great running back by Ruttman, but you also have a great receiver like
Okay,
Chris
that's the
Ramsey.
half. We'll be signing off with the score 24-17 Council Rock. And we'll be back in the second. Exciting game.
That was good, guys.
I'm Brian Weber here along with Eric Halverson.
We're coming to the second half of this game.
The Eagles trail by 7. They look rather average tonight, but they're still very much in the game, only down by 7.
This is their first real test of the season, having blown out quite a few teams.
Council Rock's offensive line has certainly been dominating. I've been making a point of that since play 1.
That's been one of the keys. Their quarterback has led them on quite a few good drives as well.
It'll be interesting to see if the defense of the Eagles will come in and maybe run a few stunts to get into that Indian backfield.
That's a good point. They haven't penetrated into the backfield much at all. Okay, while we have a break, let's commend our cameramen tonight. That's John Sullivan and Cindy McNeil
Hi there.
working the cameras tonight. That was Cindy McNeil working the cameras tonight. And this program is produced by Anthony Koya for Norristown Area School District TV Productions.
I don't think Norristown has trailed at halftime this season yet, have they?
No. There's no way they could have.
And this will be the test of the team.
Yeah, this is the first half they really had to come out and well, you know, they were only up by 5 points against North Penn at the half. But they did bust out with a strong third. Let's bring up that point. Against North Penn, they were up 12-7 at the half. And they busted out with 16 third quarter points. Now, I hope to see some of that tonight.
And that might be a point of the Norristown Eagles' stamina. And maybe Council Rock just doesn't come out of the gates as fast. We'll have to see.
Council Rock sure didn't come out of the gates as fast starting this one. Although they did come out fast, but Norristown came on the board first with a 55-yard run from Ruttman, which put them up 7-0.
Ruttman woke them up in a hurry. And when they woke up, they came to play. And
They sure did. Council Rock then came back with a long drive of their own and ended up tying it at 7.
And as for the weather, it's getting rather nippy, but the weather has nothing to do with the game, I don't think.
Not thus far. Although the cold weather might affect the passing, they might be a little hesitant to pass from now on. I don't think it will be much of an effect.
A sign of that would be balls off fingertips.
And we'll soon see what happens. Anyway,
We'll be looking for that.
Rodney Miller to start this second half with the kickoff. There it is. It's over to the left side, picked up by number 34, Tom Coleman.
Oh, boy.
And he gets stacked.
Nice.
John Ruttman on the tackle.
He got down there in a hurry. He has some speed, that guy.
and as soon as Coleman picked up the ball, Coleman had to pick himself up.
And that ball, excuse the phrase, took a Rodney Miller bounce and just ran just right down the line and hugged the field.
Well, Rutman ran down the line. And Rutman stopped him at about the 7.
Nice hustle by Rutman. Nobody picked him up.
I don't think so.
Maybe the Council Rock Club thought the ball was going out and just gave up on the play.
Perhaps, yes.
Because that ball looked very close
But
to the sideline.
Rutman does have quite a few moves, as shown by his rushing. And, you know, any blocker could miss him.
And how?
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 3. They're back farther than I had thought.
11:45 to go in the third quarter.
That's still John Shields quarterbacking. And he appears to have handed off for no gain at all.
Oh, nice defense.
They might not have. They're lucky to get it out of the end zone there.
Then what the Norristown defense is going to try and do is pin them in.
Dwayne Brown made the stop. And they did penetrate the backfield there. That's a good sign.
Maybe that offensive line is wearing down, or maybe they're not used to be playing on their 3-yard line. Own 3, that is.
Indeed. They have had good field position this game.
And this time they don't. It'll be interesting to see what Council Rock does with this.
Especially with Shields engineering a drive here. Anyway, that's Voiles in motion. The give stopped for no gain again. That looked like de Blasio.
I think it was de Blasio.
De Blasio on the stop. I think it was run by Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas is 6'1", 209 senior for Council Rock. Plays defensive end and fullback.
It'll be 3rd and 12.
A ball is at about the 2. That's Shields getting the snap. He's going through the air this time. Blocked by Mike Evans. Holy cow.
Had that ball been thrown a touch lighter, Evans had 6 points.
Oh, yeah. Although, it takes some very fast reaction time to intercept that, let alone block it.
And Evans blocked it, and that was a very key play. And the Norristown defense did their job. They pinned them in, and now it's going to be up to the return crew to keep them in good field position and not let the ball pass.
Punting from deep inside his own end zone is Adam Voiles. They could block this. He's really shallow. He gets off a decent punt. It's out to about the 30.
Ooh.
30, oh.
It appears to be a poor punt.
Wasn't as good as I originally thought. Eagles have good field position at the 30.
He really had to hurry with that punt.
Oh, indeed.
The Eagles will start just inside the 30.
Little cheering done by the cheerleaders.
Ramsey wide right.
And Sessa controlling the snap. He rolls out right. He's being chased by number 57, gets the pass off. Oh my! How did he catch that one? Did he catch that one is the question. The pass was caught. It was tipped by Joe Shino. While the pursuing was done on the quarterback was done by number 57, John Longacre.
I don't know if that ball was caught. That ball was not caught.
That ball was not caught.
Excellent concentration by Ramsey, though.
That was
but
incredible.
It was tipped away.
Sessa threw up a bit of a poor pass that time. He could have taken it out of bounds himself, I think. 9:50 to go in the third quarter.
Big
Eagles
down.
still down by 7. Second
Big
and
down
10.
here.
Give to Rutman. They do that in all the big downs. And he picks up only 3, though. 3 from scrimmage.
You're correct in saying that. They do give it to Ruttman on the big downs, and you got to think the Council Rock team is going to start and key on that.
But the Eagles have a good many offensive weapons. I don't think Council Rock can actually key on anyone. They got Ramsey receiving, Marcus Smith, and Ruttman, and Sessa. De Blasio can also catch. All right, Sessa gives to De Blasio, who in turn tries to pass. He got hit hard by number 57 at the time, John Longacre. I tell you, Longacre has been really getting inside the offensive line of the Eagles.
And right there, the Eagles seem to have good protection through the middle, but around the outsides, the defense was seeping through.
While we have the chance, the cheerleading squad is captained by Jana Cresswell, co-captains Rochelle Woodson and Jen Coons. Okay, Sessa dropping back. Good blocking. He's got a lot of time. Gives it to De Blasio down the sidelines. He breaks the tackle. Oh, he gets hit at the 5-yard line.
A big 4th and 7 play.
Indeed, we had not noticed it was 4th and 7. But it was. Aggressive play calling by Mr. Roger Grove. Of course, it would have not been good to punt there. They had poor field position anyway.
And they were out of field goal range.
They certainly were. That was a good call.
And it was a nice pass and a nice catch.
Anyway, 1st and goal at the 7 with 8:45 to go in the 3rd.
Ooh.
They give to Ruttman, who has to go. Oh, man. He had to go back that time to avoid a tackler, and he got tripped up.
That was Brad Wertman, I believe that.
Wertman's starting to take Ruttman down.
He was tripped up by Matt Stoll, but Ortman was in the backfield.
2nd and goal at the 10. Sessa giving to Smith up the middle. They haven't used him much, and he gets 5.
Nice trap blocking.
Smith pushed his way for 5. 7:47 to go in the 3rd.
They need 7.
Fans really getting into this one. On the Eagles side, Sessa gets the snap, looking to pass, has time, and he has Ruttman for a touchdown. Holy cow. Ruttman caught the pass at the 3 and took it in.
It's 24-23. That's just what the doctor ordered for the Norristown Eagles. Good defense and a drive right down the field. Came through on a 4th and 7, and they're in.
And wouldn't you know it, Ruttman gets his 11th touchdown in this young season.
And he has some speed for
a 5'6" guy.
Indeed.
All right, Rodney Miller to attempt the extra point. They might go for 2, but no.
There's a flag on the play.
Ball is dead. Kick, I believe, went through the uprights, but...
And into the parking lot.
Mr. Miller has a strong foot.
Offside, Norristown.
Could be offsides. Offsides Norristown. So they'll do it from 5 yards further back.
Earlier, Council Rock was moved back on an extra point, and they hit that.
I think Miller can do it too, actually.
I believe he can too. It's a big point.
Snap is high, ball's down, and it looked like it had... Oh, and it's good. I thought that was wide left.
It's a tie game in Roosevelt Field.
I believe the ball did get partially blocked. I believe. If I'm not mistaken. It was very close to being blocked if not. But That was just
Had a lot of
barely through the
speed on
uprights.
it. If it was blocked, because it still had a lot when it was
Right,
going through the
right.
uprights.
But you see the way the ball was turning end over end very quickly. That's a sign that perhaps
Yeah.
it was blocked.
It appeared that way.
Miller will kick off under substantially less pressure this time.
You remember the last kick, Council Rock was pinned in deep.
Let's see if Norristown can do it again. I think the key is to get the runner before they set up their blocking wedge. That has been the key. The kick is down the middle of the field. That could be a bad sign because there's that wedge. Takes 1 man. Oh, but the Eagles penetrate the wedge.
And there's a flag, and that was Medusa again as well. That could... I would venture against that on Council Rock, but
Let's see.
no.
It's against Norristown. That was an illegal block against Norristown. That's odd. Norristown being the team to kick the ball off and an illegal block.
That's refereeing for you.
Well,
I don't know.
we aren't out there though.
I don't know though.
Man, it just seems like they might be picking on Norristown a bit tonight.
Kinda makes you grimace.
It sure does. Anyway, the give is up the middle. He
Where'd
picked
that
up
ball
a
go?
first down. It went up the middle. It was on his. He faked a couple times after
That
the
was a
original handoff.
Nice fake.
But that was a first down by Mike Thomas.
I still gotta wonder about that illegal block.
That might be crucial.
I mean, this Council Rock team can put some points on the board if they do this right.
They don't need help from the refs. That's for sure.
Chris Kitsey wide left.
And still at quarterback is John Shields. He handed it off up the middle again. The exact same play, I
Same
believe.
play, but they slanted more to the right that time, off right tackle.
Mike Thomas only picked up about 4 this time. And there's the fine cheerleading crew of Norristown. A fine bunch indeed. Pride of the Eagles.
They come to cheer this team on every game, and
Boy, we sure are proud of them.
but it's going to take more than that right now. The defense has got to come and do this.
Okay, Shields takes the a reverse handoff. It goes to Voiles, pardon. But the Eagles cut Voiles down like a lumberjack would do with a tree.
That's Jerome Hall, who just hawked him down from the side, and well, he got there in a hurry.
It wasn't the play. It just wasn't convincing enough, if you know what I mean.
No, it wasn't. It looked very obvious, and I don't know about a trick play when you have this kind of field position and your offensive line is performing so well.
Right. Precisely.
I gotta question the calls by Bud.
Okay,
Or Mike.
Shields drops back. Almost intercepted by de Blasio.
Had it on his fingertips. A sign of the cold, maybe.
Maybe. I don't think we've seen many completed passes since it started getting this chilly.
Shields has become shaky.
Would you think that they might put Voiles back in? He had a strong first half.
He did. I question that. I still think they pulled him out because of those interceptions he threw. It might be an inside injury, but he's in the ball game now.
He sure is in the ball game, and he's still contributing. Anyway, the punt, it really got shanked.
And Voiles did punt that one.
But that was actually a good punt because he kept it inside the 20, first of all. He didn't kick it too far. He had his men downfield in time to stop that, and right now it's poor field position.
That spots the Eagles down near the one or maybe inside the one.
They are inside the 5.
Yeah, that looks like the 4.
The 3-yard line. It's the official spot. First and 10, 4:49 to go.
Council Rock had no play inside their end zone.
Okay, Norristown once again. Sessa with de Blasio in motion. He takes it up the middle himself, and he gets more yards than I'm sure he expected.
Oh, a great call and great blocking. Nice trap blocking by the offensive line there.
I think the intent of that play was actually just to give him a little more room back there, but it almost got him a first down.
It did that. It did both things, and that's important that the Eagles get out of this hole because they don't want that Council Rock team back in their end of the field again with the football.
They're lucky to have the score tied at 24, I believe.
Ramsey is wide left.
Sessa takes the snap, hands to Rutman, who gains very few.
First down.
They do get a first down? I believe they got a first down. Yes, they did.
The chains are moving. Big first down by the Norristown Eagles.
They are slowly and steadily moving themselves out of that field position they started with.
And by keeping the Council Rock defense on the field, they're also retiring the team and resting their own defense.
And they will need that defense. Okay, Sessa. Hands to Rutman up the middle. He's got plenty of room and he's got blockers. De Blasio blocks to get him all the way out to the 33.
Ref lost his hat there.
Joe Shimo made the tackle. Rutman had plenty of room. I'm surprised he didn't break more tackles. That one you got to credit to the offensive line.
And also, I was watching Ramsey, the play before he lined up on the left.
Uh-oh.
Next play.
Rutman's down. Uh-oh.
Is that Rutman?
That's Rutman. It's got to be. Rutman is on the field. This could be a crushing blow.
Up, he sits up.
That's a good sign, and he's walking off the field.
His knee looks...
I tell you, I was sweating bullets.
You can hear the crowd's response.
They like their boy Rutman.
He's like a son to these people. A brother, a sister... Oh.
Alright, Sessa takes the snap, gives to Smith. He picks up 6.
Oh, boy. It's not like I was...
Okay.
Ramsey is wide right.
2nd and 4. Sessa gets the snap and gives to Marcus Smith, who breaks tackles for a first down yardage.
Marching up the field.
That's the name of the game.
Rutman is back in the ball game.
Okay. Let's see what Sessa can do.
De Blasio wide right, Ramsey wide left.
2:02 left in the third. Sessa grabs that snap. Gives to Rutman. Nice to see him out there, but he doesn't pick up any. Looked like the stop was made by number 32, Brad Ortman. Ortman's had a nice game defensively, I think. That'll be 2nd and a long 9. Sessa takes the snap. He rolls right. Oh, that looked like a clip to me. If they don't call a clip.
Oh,
Missed the pass to Mike Evans.
no penalty either,
No
Eric.
penalty. It looked like an obvious clip. That looked like Chuck Biego.
The defense was frozen for a bit as Sessa rolled out.
I do not believe they didn't call that. I do not. Oh boy, that was obvious in the open field as well.
That pass was intended for Mike Evans.
Little short. Sessa on 3rd and long.
There's a
penalty. Either encroachment or offsides, I would guess.
We'll wait the call.
But all in all, the officials have done a decent job.
I'll say, and especially calling that penalty against Council Rock.
Let's not play favorites here today, Weber. Okay, so now it's 3rd and 4, which lessens the pressure a bit, but you gotta wonder if they're gonna run or pass. I would say go to Rudman.
They've been running an awful lot. It's 3rd and 4, and on big plays, you know who they go to.
John Rudman.
Let's watch it happen.
They might pass, though. They're in a pass formation,
there we
and they
go.
drop back. Sessa in trouble, but he gets it out to de Blasio, who makes the catch over the 40 and down at the 35.
De Blasio with a fine route and a nice pass by Sessa, who had to stick the thread through the needle.
That time Sessa had a smaller pocket than those you would find on a billiards table. Kyle Billingsley stopped him.
58 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
And de Blasio made a fine running catch, too.
A very important, time-consuming drive here.
They still have the whole 4th to go, though. Sessa giving to Rutman, who breaks through the middle and picks up about 1. He had people to go through before even reaching the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he got stuffed up out on the right side. I gotta wonder now, the Eagles marching down the field like Council Rock did earlier in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, I think the Eagles do have a strong second half offense.
And how?
They have a lot of stamina on this club. Probably due to the long practices they put in over the summer.
In those
Okay,
90-degree weathers.
Yep. Sessa dropping back. De Blasio diving!
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Yep. A nice attempt. De Blasio is putting on a show here.
He's had a good second half so far.
I'm surprised Ramsey isn't getting the ball.
No. The spot looks rather questionable.
Looks like
3rd and 10.
Yes.
That makes little sense. It was 2nd and 9. Okay, we won't dwell on
They
that.
lost a yard on the spot, I believe. That would be my assumption.
Okay, drop back at Sessa. He almost gets sacked, but he manages to get it to Marcus Smith, who still is carrying it down the sideline. Wow, he might have got a first down. He's rather close. Whoa, they snatched that play out of the jaws of death.
Marcus Smith just pushed away men one by one and did his dance down the
And de
sideline.
Blasio was almost sacked. He was going down on his knees when he threw that pass.
And of course, no in the grass rule in high school ball. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score: the Norristown Eagles 24, Council Rock Indians 24.
John's taping last quarter. So what you do is you fade to black. And then Doug will stand down in the stand. Move the camera down to there. You guys just go back
Ramsey wide left. I'm still waiting for
4th and 1,
that.
and they're going for it. Watch for the quarterback sneak. I'm sure that's what Council Rock's looking for. Instead, they hand to Marcus Smith. It doesn't work. Council Rock stands tall. and they had the pressure on them.
And their fans applaud, and again, the running game is what Norristown was going by on that entire drive. Very time consuming, but they come up with nothing.
They did get a few key passes, though. I believe they are getting key passes, and their running game is not taking them. It's taking them somewhere, but it's certainly not enough to win this game.
It seems they're putting more emphasis on the running game that may not be needed.
Eagles band attempting to stir the defense.
Voiles is back in the game. At quarterback, that
Voiles
is.
quarterbacking. Gives up the middle to Tim Meduzia, perhaps. Indeed, and he
That
picks up
was.
7, 8.
And he showed some new life.
We haven't seen him since the second quarter.
That long drive also favored the Council Rock offense, which got a nice rest.
But I think the defense may have benefited from that rest. Perhaps more.
Yeah, it seems that the offenses get cold, but the defense may not as much.
Right.
It's up to the
Voiles.
offense.
That's
for
interesting
skill.
that Voiles is back in the game. He did put on quite a show in the early stages. Okay, Voiles hands up the middle. Little gain. He might be close to a first down now.
Stuffed up inside was Medusa. Maybe they're switching by quarters with Voiles and Shields.
That's a good point. But Voiles did play well into the second.
Maybe because he was going so well, they figured they'd leave him in, and maybe were more reluctant to put in Shields.
Right, and when they had a lead, that's when they put Shields in. Now that that lead has dissipated, Voiles is back at the helm.
Chris Kitsy wide right.
Voiles dropping back to pass. He's got pressure. He's sacked. That was Dwayne Brown. Dwayne Brown.
Also in there, Chad Ochnich.
Indeed. And my early reports had him as out of this game, injured. But apparently he's come on strong in the second when they need him. Good pressure by Orchnich. Voyle.
Medusa in motion again. Delay game offense.
Delay of game.
The Council Rock Band may be playing, but so far, this quarter is marching to the sound of the Eagles.
It'll be 2nd and 19. That just takes away from their dissipating momentum.
I'll say. Whistles again. Officials timeout.
Perhaps something in the spot of the ball? I don't think so. Oh, there's another look at the fine cheerleading squad. They may be cheering the fans on just as much as the team.
And then a chain effect, the fans can pump up the defense.
That's true. Voiles drops back. He's got plenty of time, but number 43 he got it out to
Medusa.
Pardon, that's Johnson, I believe.
Thomas.
Mike Thomas, rather. Oh, he was being pursued quickly by Jerome Hall.
I
Did a nice job
believe
of getting
he picked
that
up the
pass
first
up.
down. Yes, he did.
He picked it up. That was important play. If they hadn't got that, it would have been 3rd and long, and I don't know where they'd be. But Jerome Hall almost made the sack.
And as for the Eagles' defense, that might be a heart stopper.
Voiles barking the signals. He's got a man to his right. Gives off up the middle to Thomas, picking up perhaps 4. They keep getting those short gains on those runs, and pretty soon they get themselves a first down.
What they did was they let Chad Ochnich just slide right through the line, and they went right past him with the handoff.
See that sticks in my mind up again.
Chris Kitsey wide right.
Okay, Boyles takes the ball.
Oh,
That was
he got popped.
maybe a confused play. I don't think so. That was probably designed. He went to his right. Maybe the guy who was supposed to hand it off to wasn't there.
The defense stayed at home as well. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but
Chad Ochnick and Mike Evans in on that play.
4 Eagles just sitting right there waiting for it.
I think maybe they crossed their signals. Boyles sets, and there's the snap. Dropping back to pass. His receiver falls down, and he ends up running. Oh, and he stopped short of the first down, but there is a flag on the play. He was pulled down short of the first.
He was dropped by Marcus Smith.
Flag on the play.
And that's
it's
against
it's a
Council Rock.
clipping against Council Rock, I believe. And I can see that. On a play like that, a clip is very possible when the quarterback goes
Wow.
the other way with it.
That was a big penalty.
It's 15 yards.
Letdowns on both the offense and defense this quarter.
Well, this is big. 3rd and 21.
And this is definitely the most important quarter now. It's a tie game with 7:47 to go.
This is a very important play. If they should stop them, they have a good chance of winning this game. The Eagles do. Voiles calls the signals. He's got one man in the backfield, and he drops back to pass. He's got pressure. He lofts a short pass
he's
to
hit.
Thomas, and he got hit for a loss. Hit for a loss.
That was Marcus Smith again.
Marcus Smith is pumping up the D. That brings it to 4th down and long yardage, an obvious punt situation.
He just darted him from his deep position, running straight for that man.
There's a picture of Marcus Smith. He's doing a good job. There Marcus Smith is giving the high five to Rutman. Quite a backfield for the offensive Eagles. All right, Voiles to punt. Back to Ramsey is in the backfield, and de Blasio back there with him, a little shallower.
We didn't
There's
see
the
Rutman
punt.
there this time.
It's very short again.
De Blasio lets it go.
It's out of bounds at about the 30. I think Rutman might be a little winded, and they wanted to save him for the offensive drive.
It appears that way.
7 minutes to go in this game, tied at 24. It's
Well,
going to all come down to this.
seeing that the Eagles have not used their passing game thus far, I doubt they will now with it. An interception could be crucial. I expect them to stay on the ground,
Yeah, a turnover would be very
especially
important.
throwing 30 here would be really terrible.
Right. But let's not dwell on the terrible. Sessa taking it himself, and he stopped for no gain.
Read
Perhaps
nicely.
lost a few inches.
Perhaps if the circumstances were right, he would have pitched that ball back there. I'm not sure, but Sessa held on anyway. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
He has been picking up a lot of yards on the quarterback sneaks. I think they should go to their old standby Rutman. He can break some tackles and turn this game around in an instant.
Of course, you never know when they're going to play action fake and go deep.
They rarely do that, but heck, with the game knotted at 24, it's all or nothing. Anyway, he does go back, drops back and throws. Oh! Intended for de Blasio, broken up by Paul Gunther.
And the definition big goes to this guy.
This guy, Gunther,
He is big.
he 5'10", weighs 201, senior.
He got over there in a hurry.
And had he not gotten that, I think de Blasio might have been off to the races.
He would have had 2 men to beat. course,
He would have had a blocker with
that's
him
woulda,
as well.
coulda, shoulda, and we're back to 3rd and 10 for the Eagles.
6:18 left to play in this game. De Blasio dropping back on 3rd and 10. He throws over. De Blasio
Nice
makes a
touch.
nice diving catch.
Nice
That
touch on
goes.
the pass. Oh, boy.
Incomplete. Wow. Brings up 4th down, and De Blasio looked like he made a beautiful catch, but apparently he dropped it.
Nice touch on that pass by Sessa, but
It was
Again.
excellent pass.
incomplete. He just dropped it in between mazes of people.
It was just a bit outside.
But again, the Eagles are 3 and out.
It's 4th down and 10. Ramsey to punt.
1 man back for Council Rock.
2 men. Oh, it's a nice
2.
long punt. And it's taken
Oh,
by number 47, I believe.
the fake reverse.
Chris Kinsey almost handed that off to his man, and I think he would have been better off if he did. He got tacked for about a 5-yard loss on that run back.
Chris Kinsey has been being played wide receiver mostly this quarter. Switching on both the right and left sides.
He hasn't had such a good game returning kicks.
No, he hasn't gotten the ball. He's out. Frank Grube, wide right.
That's a new name. And Voiles still quarterbacking, trying to lead his squad to victory. Up the middle. Oh! They just overpowered him. That was Jerome Hall stopping their rush. With the forward motion, they probably got a couple of yards.
The offensive line of Council Rock has seemed to have worn out a little. They're not as dominating as they were earlier in the game.
I'll agree with that. Anyway, 5 minutes to play in this game. 2nd and 8. Score is tied at 24. Yeah, this is where the fun starts.
Voiles is still in.
And a flag. Could be delay of game.
Just as Ryan Wheat was
Delay
running
of
out.
game. Woo! Good break for Norristown.
That's the second one, I believe, this game.
Right. It'll be 2nd and 13. It's still 2nd and long, so the fact of the matter is they're going to have to pass or break a long run.
And it's getting colder.
Shivering in the booth. And Voiles calling the signals. I'm sure he's not cold.
2nd and 13.
29 in motion. Voiles drops back to pass.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he lofts a long one. Intercept. Oh! Ramsey had his eye on that ball from the time Voiles released it.
He was running before he got it, but the main point, I guess, it's going to be 3rd and 13.
And that's good as well. At least he broke it up. 3rd and 13, 4:43 to play in this game.
At the most, I believe Council Rock will get 2 more possessions if they fail on this one. At the most. Maybe.
Norristown playing more of a prevent defense. They tried to run, it didn't work. Broken up by Marcus Smith and Chad Ocknick. That was Mike Thomas.
They were hesitant to pass, maybe afraid that Voiles might throw up another one as he just previously did. That Ramsey almost intercepted.
Let's see, on 4th and 9, Voiles back to punt with 4:16.
Ramsey and de Blasio deep.
With Voiles punting, you have the option of faking this. But Voiles gets off a good one. Picked up by de Blasio at the 35, and he's hit hard at the 36. No flags?
I don't see any. That whistle came early.
right, Sessa takes the snap, gives to Rutman, and he got tripped up. Looked like he tripped over number 55 again, Ernest Henry.
The defense on both teams is tightened up immensely.
Deja vu, as you recall back in, I believe, the second quarter, Rutman tripped over Henry. But Henry is just laying a block, paving the road for Rutman.
There's 3:24 to go in this game.
And as you know, in high school football, there is no overtime rule. So it's do or die time for the Norristown Eagles.
If they want to go 4-0.
They want a victory. Rutman
Oh.
falls down the backfield, but he gets back up. Gain of about 2. That was on pure drive to get that one.
He slipped again. And Rich Mahoney was in there tearing at the ball as Rutman was going down.
The field is probably getting rather eaten up.
And maybe moist. It's a rather moist night, I'd say,
Yes, yes.
in this crisp weather.
Moist and crisp. Sounds like a good cookie. Sessa dropping back to his left.
Oh,
Oh, intercepted by number 32, Brad Ortman. That could be the biggest play of the game. Incomplete.
maybe he was out of bounds on that.
They call it
Incomplete.
Woo! Big break for Norristown. Sessa probably shouldn't have thrown that pass, but on 3rd and long, with 2:20 left, what can you do?
Talking about cookies, de Blasio got tripped up and almost thrown to the ground on that play, and he was on the turf before the ball was thrown.
All right, 4th and 7. It'll be Ramsey to punt. And you never know what they'll pull this late in the game with a tie. Depends on whether Grove wants the win or the tie. Ramsey punts. It's a very short punt.
It was blocked.
It was blocked.
That punt was blocked.
Getting a piece of it was...
He's shaking his hand, no one who blocked it.
Was that number 48?
That looks like Matt Stoll to me.
Matt Stoll? Number 49?
Yeah,
I would say either him or Joe Shino.
it was Matt Stoll. He was shaking his hand after the play.
Stoll was, eh? Anyway, something's going on. Referee meeting.
They're probably... Oh,
Against
penalty.
Norristown. Interference with fair catcher forward pass. Norristown's really...
That's gotta
Mad about
fire
that
you up, but this could really hurt. There's 2:11 to go.
I don't know what to think. Norristown looks like they've been penalized unfairly again.
The tension builds in Roosevelt Field.
And I think the refs might have decided this game.
And I think you gotta hope, if Council Rock is gonna score, you gotta hope they do it really soon.
All right, let's go Norristown defense. Listen to the crowd. Dropping back is,
Shields.
that Shields in there.
Oh!
Passing complete to number 34, Tom Coleman. Threw it high. That's surprising with Shields in there. Well, you know, Voiles did prove ineffective on the past couple of possessions.
And the tension is built here in Roosevelt Field. All the early plays, all the earlier penalties are all history now. It's down to these few plays.
1:54 to go in the game. 2nd and 10. 24 apiece. It doesn't get any better than this. Voiles in motion. Shields gives to
He slipped
number
up.
31.
He slipped up
Tim Meduzia.
and dropped by Evans.
It was a bad handoff to start, and then he slipped.
He slipped and Evans just fell on him there.
Pickup of 1.
3rd and 9.
What do you think Council Rock's going to do here, Brian?
I think Council Rock is going to go to the run. Maybe they'll get a field goal. I don't know if that's too deep for a field goal. It looks it.
Yeah, I'd say it's too deep.
It looks like a running formation, though. No.
They go to pass. He rolls out right.
Oh.
Passes to Voiles.
Voiles.
He's taken
Drop.
down by de Blasio before the first down.
Big
It'll
play.
be 4th
big play.
4th and 5.
It all happens here.
De Blasio made a good open field tackle, and that might preserve the chances of a win.
Timeout, Council Rock.
Woo!
With the score, Eagles 24, Indians 24. 1:02 remaining in the final quarter of play.
It's getting tense now. This is what it comes down to. 4th and 5.
1:02 to go in the game. The field goal. By
Field
half.
goal. It's up. It doesn't. It has the distance.
It looks wide.
Oh, just
No good.
no good.
No good.
Drops right before the crossbar.
Norristown will get the ball with 54 seconds
Ow.
remaining in the game.
Another few feet on that, and we don't know what the score would have been.
But there wasn't a few more feet on that. And the game remains
shoulda,
tied.
woulda. Well, a turn of events we've seen here. It'll be Norristown's ball at the 20. I don't believe that spot is correct. Yeah, I imagine it would be. That was about a 40-yarder almost. Just short. All right, listen to the fans. Assessor is about to take the snap. He has it. Gives to Robin, who breaks tackles.
Oh!
A pickup of
They gotta call
about
a
8.
time. They gotta call a time.
They got to stop the clock. Clock is running.
The clock
I believe
is
they still
running.
have 3
I
timeouts.
don't believe this.
I think they still have their 3 timeouts. They even huddled.
I don't know what they're trying to prove here, but there's only
33 seconds left. I would go with pass now. 2nd and 2, but that has no bearing. Give to Rutman again. They're going to their bread and butter man. He gets outside, only picks up about 3.
Looks
20 seconds left.
We gotta call a time. The timeout is finally called.
Whew. They're playing with fire here. Whew. Tied at 24.
So, Eric, who do you think they're gonna go to here?
I think I would personally pass, but they're going to Rutman because he's the cream of the crop in running backs. He can always break tackles and get the big yards.
What about Ramsey and de Blasio?
Ramsey and de Blasio, that's a good hookup, but it hasn't been working tonight.
It seems they've been left tonight. Like,
I don't think de Blasio's passing accuracy has been as good as it used to tonight.
you mean Sessa?
Yeah, sorry about that. Sessa's passing has been a little off tonight.
Well, there's only 18 seconds left.
I think you go with Rutman. Whether you screen it to him, whether you pitch it to him, whether you hand it off to him.
I still like that Priest Ramsey. I don't know what it is, but it seems he has some kind of speed.
But the fact of the matter is, you'll live or die with Rutman. Rutman's pulled a big few gains tonight.
That is true.
But they set up with 2 backs and only 1 receiver and a tight end. They go back to pass. There it is! It's Ramsey, you called it! Out to the 50-yard line, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock with
11 seconds to go in this one. They need a good 20 more yards, would you say, for a field goal?
Oh, I'd say, yeah. But they do have, Rodney Miller can boot the ball.
Maybe 30 yards they need. And they need to do that in less than 8 seconds.
They can get a good sideline pass off for maybe 10 yards, and then they're set. Sessa taking the snap. He looks to pass. Fires down the sideline.
De Blasio.
Caught, and he's out of bounds with 6 seconds left.
Uh-oh. It doesn't look
Was it
like he was
complete?
in. It appears that he was out. Uh-oh. 6 seconds left.
Out of bounds.
Timeout, Eagles. And my friends.